The purpose of this video is to show a hand winch using a more power puller of a four-wheel drive ute, and this is a double line and a quadruple line pull for mechanical advantage. The slope is 15 to 25 degrees and the vehicle has its handbrake on and is in neutral, and to simulate some sort of damage to the wheels. In this example, I've rigged it up for a double line pull. Running back, it's about 5 meters, so it should be half the winching effort. Let's say this line here running back to the ute is 2,000 kilos. Each one of the separate lines would have 1,000 kilos. So it's a bit safer and a bit less effort on the winch, rather than putting on a single line pull all the weight on one single strand of the rope. The main thing is making sure you have rated shackles that are higher than whatever you're going to pull as well. So what I'll do here is I've just set up for as far as the double line. Got an extension rope that's 9,500 kilo. I'll just tie a bowline knot and attach it to the D shackle, and all that leftover rope will just stay loose. Standard safety equipment here, so just your gloves, safety glasses and a blanket and a towel, which I'll throw over the winch line. As you can see in this video, the truck is being pulled with the double line pull with the Wyeth Scott more power puller. You can use a single handle, so didn't actually need the extension handle, but it just makes life a bit easier and to demonstrate that it can still be used. But it does slow the winching because you can basically, extra leverage means you can't access as many of the real teeth as you would if you were using the smaller handle. But overall that continues to pull the truck uphill, which would be useful if you're doing some sort of damaged vehicle recovery. This example is a quadruple line pull, so we have the Wyeth Scott set up with a double line pull like before, winch extension rope wrapped around the tree as its own separate anchor. This is running back, connecting to the double line pull, and then running off a rated shackle. So the key thing here is making sure your shackle and your snatch block are rated to pull out the weight that you're pulling, in this case roughly 2 tonne. So the main reason in doing this is it's a lot slower, it's about 1/4 the speed, but you reduce the strain on the back at the winch end. So each one of these lines would have 1,000 kilo on it. If you're pulling out 2 tonne, running back to the double line pull, which then gets half, so it's 500 and 500, which means it's safer at the winching end and also a lot less effort, but it will take you longer. Setting up a system like this can mean you could pull out heavier loads, so you just have to make sure you don't over extend yourself and put yourself at harm's way, because you can reduce the effort here but start putting stress on other parts like the snatch blocks and shackles. I'll just do this to show you. It's a lot easier. You should be able to do it for single handle, and but it will move a lot slower. In this video you can see the farthest anchor point, which is the extension rope with the blue towel hanging over it, is moving when the winching starts. And the reason this happens is because this rope was wrapped around the tree trunk a few times and tied off rather than tied directly to the tree strop, which the winch is attached to. So that means there's some give in that line, and that tension's being brought up as the winching begins. Eventually the towel stops moving and the full weight is then transferred onto the snatch block, and you have more effective pulling power. This is useful to see how approximately 2-ton pull up a hill with the handbrake on is relatively easy with a hand winch with a quadruple line pull, and this is from Mechanical Advantage, and can be useful to apply in the field if you have a bogged vehicle and you want to pull out a decent load. So in that example you can see, even with just the single handle on, the quadruple line pull, you can actually pull a lot easier than doing a single or double line. So all of this rigging setup just helps reduce the risk at the winch, and also makes your life a bit easier, maybe a bit longer.